Hey guys, this is me. I'm going to talk about the current state of Dragon Ball Super. So, the manga is very controversial. There's a reason going on coming to an end now. And lots of people are complaining about it, and rightfully so. Mainly due to the fact of Black Frieza, there's lots of hospitals, or there's a freaking amount of hospitals in the anime, but yeah. So, the future of it as of right now, what I can see potentially is that they might do really well with the moral arc, considering it has like most of the elements of between like Z, and what people mainly want from Z is mainly the seriousness, the stakes, pretty much make sure that everyone feels like Z, which was kind of the reason why some people do hate Super. But moral arc did provide that, but it was a bit stupid at the end with Goku having like a Susanoo form. But hey, yeah, I would probably say that they could make a few changes here and there to make sure the moral arc is actually good. And and in my personal opinion, I honestly don't. And then there is a bit of a power fluctuation between, Vegeta and Goku, especially since Vegeta learned this new technique called the Spirit Fission. Yeah, and he managed to be more of it. So yeah, there is going to be a lot of control. So there is going to be a lot of changes when it comes to that. But the reason why I'm saying all of this is because the anime is nearly coming soon. I don't know when, however, I think somewhere around like 2024 or 2023. But yeah, I think it is pretty important to discuss like the future of it. The Granola arc, however, is fucking terrible. The wishing to be the strongest in Dragon Ball has completely made training irrelevant and useless. And that basically plays a major part into the story, especially when Vegeta gets his new transformation, Ultra Ego. So, what they're planning to do now is, I think they're planning to go like the DC route, with like the Marvel comics and DC comics, where everyone is like multiversal. They can destroy universe with ease, whatever, and and that seems to be the same thing what they're going for with Vegeta. However, the new form they gave him is pretty useless. And if you want to know what that is, it's literally Super Saiyan Rose, but a shittier version of it. Despite the fact that it is a god of destruction transformation, in which Top used it against Vegeta in his Blue Evolution form in the Tournament of Power. But yeah, the form didn't do too well. However, despite Vegeta's form not doing too well, I think the biggest offender here is probably the controversies with Ultra Instinct with Goku. We are at his fifth layer now, in which means he probably increased his power with Ultra Instinct the fifth time. Now, the reason why I'm picking on Ultra Instinct more than Ultra Ego Vegeta is that with Ultra Ego Vegeta, with him losing, at least he's like a beginner and there's two Ultra Ego Vegeta. Goku has been using Ultra Instinct for quite some while now, and he's managed to find like new forms with it. Like there's UI Omen, then there's UI Sign, then there's Mastered Ultra Instinct, then there's Perfected Ultra Instinct. Now there's True Ultra Instinct, and it's just insane, really, because it's an angel technique, and angels are meant to be one of the most powerful beings in the Dragon Ball universe. However, despite that, and despite the fact that he's on his fifth stage of Ultra Instinct progression, he still can't do shit against Gas, because all of the efforts, Vegeta, Goku, Granola, they all mean nothing because Gas can just power up due to the strongest in the universe wish, of course. And then the entire character change between Granola about not wanting to take revenge, I honestly feel like that's kind of fucking dumb if I'm being honest. And then there's another major controversy within that arc, like um, for example, Bardock wishing for Goku and Raditz to be well, like it completely made no sense at all, and I feel like it made Goku's character like even more worse. Like his character, both his character and Vegeta's character are on a major decline as of right now. Like all the character development, I can't say that Vegeta did have a better character in this manga, but yeah, he just gets his shit pushed in. If I'm honest, Gas he is just a terrible villain. He's just a bitch boy for his brother. Um, Elec, I guess you could say that was a bit of a better waste, but he just they didn't do really much with him. The way I saw, like, I feel like he could have been used for like maybe two or more manga arcs, and then he dies. But all his betrayal, cunning, plans, whatever, they just go out of the window the moment Frieza comes up. And I think, yeah, the Black Frieza is the biggest offender of them all, if I'm being honest. So the problem I have with Black Frieza is that he just gets really stronger without like any reason whatsoever. Now, before people come in here and say, "Oh, Nabil, you're just a hater," shut the fuck up. I'm not a hater. Oh, I'm just saying what I'm saying because 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber seems more like an arse boy, if I'm not honest. Now, this feels like more of an arse boy than Golden Frieza, if I'm being honest, because Frieza he trained for 4 months to achieve Golden Frieza. However, we don't know how he did that. Did he use a hyperbolic time chamber? No, he didn't. He could possibly be training in a ship or whatever, and then into, like Golden Frieza. But then there was a massive problem in that arc too, as we basically made SSG, which is basically Super Saiyan God, useless. And then there's Super Saiyan Blue, which is the ascendant version of Super Saiyan God, and that's meant to be way more powerful. However, it gets a shit kicked in like all the goddamn fucking time. And yeah, the entire problem just gets worse from there with Black Frieza. Now we're making the Ultra Instinct and the Ultra Ego transformations, which are mainly based off two of the strongest beings within the Dragon Ball universe, completely useless. So there's absolutely no point of Whis to be in there and Beerus to be training Vegeta and Goku now because they're utterly useless. The transformations cannot do shit against Black Frieza because if you can train for 10 days in a random dimension in which he's somehow managed to find a time chamber, it's just completely done. You know, and I don't like the explanation of why he used the Ultra Instinct Omen with his emotions to make true UI when he managed to do that within, Top with his mastered Ultra Instinct. Like, it seems very dumb in my personal opinion, and it just makes like power scaling a lot more worse. And to top it off, really, it's meant to be Granola's arc. It would be better if he managed to get the kill against Gas because the heaters fucked him over. But Black Frieza gets the kill because they do not know how to make new villains look good and they just rely on nostalgia. And there's just so many problems. I think the wishing to be the strongest is just another problem in itself. And now they're making Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego seem like SSJ transformations in which they can't do absolutely anything. And it gets even worse because Ultra Instinct is meant to be like the final transformation of Goku. Maybe for G, I can see some sort of reduction with him, considering his UE is basically at the beginning. However, given how the haters seem to hate Vegeta, or yeah, I don't really see that happening. Uh, and I think with the state of the future of Dragon Ball Super, I don't think it's gonna get any better. you could just do a random mouse spell and fans will be satisfied. Like no law explanation whatsoever. The biggest example of this is probably Beast Gohan. He has somehow managed to be stronger than MUI and UE. And this is by the statement of the creator, by the way. So he's stating this now. Apparently, Beast Gohan can take on MUI and Ultra Ego, which is absolutely bullshit. And there's no in-law explanation for it, if I'm being honest. Like, it just happens. What they could have done is have Gohan train to get S Super Saiyan 3 and Super Saiyan 4, and use that to unleash his full potential, like the entirety of it on his first stage. Then the next stage of evolution with his ultimate form is basically to attain God Key. And then what they could do with that God Key is basically try to, merge that God Key with his fully unlocked first stage ultimate form. That way you can make the transformation make sense. I mean, he has red eyes for fuck's sakes. I don't get how they did try to use that. But hey, it's whatever at this point. Yeah, the GBS movie, in all honesty, it felt like a Piccolo movie, which is fine, I guess. I mean, Piccolo got some shine. As a matter of fact, he was pretty much the MVP of that movie as well. And yeah, really. To tell you the truth, I don't think DBS is going to do that well in the future. I mean, they were doing pretty bad initially when it came to sales, but yeah, and considering how fans just like to like recolor transformations, which is really what DBS is about now. Not much of a focus about storytelling. I believe the quality will worsen down in the future. But hey, this is just my thoughts about Dragon Ball Super as a whole when it comes to the anime, and possibly in whole. What do you guys think about this video? Do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Leave a comment down below. If you do like this video, please like and subscribe. It definitely helps me out a lot. And yeah, peace.